Our country is in a crucial period, and this is a call on us to bring to bear the training and experience we acquired in the service of our fatherland. As you are aware, early this week, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabo, CFR, has met with service chief and other head of security agencies in Abuja as part of the preparations ahead of the forthcoming general elections. Similarly, the National Security Council met yesterday with a charge to the Armed Forces of Nigeria and other security agencies to ensure peaceful conduct of the forthcoming general elections. In both meetings, the Chief of Defense Staff has assured the nation that we are set for the conduct of peaceful elections in the country. He further assured that the Armed Forces of Nigeria is very prepared to support the Nigerian police and other government agencies responsible for conducting elections. The CDS has set out strong messages that the Armed Forces of Nigeria is committed to total collaboration with other security agencies to ensure this election is successful. In the words of the CDS, the elections will be conducted and everyone will be at the liberty to exercise his franchise. The Armed Forces of Nigeria is committed to strong and vibrant constitutional democracy. We are very loyal to the Nigerian state and we are ready to defend democracy at all costs. During the election period, all our normal operations and duties will continue simultaneously across the country. Operation Safe Conduct has been activated to provide guidance to the Armed Forces of Nigeria during the general elections. The Defense Headquarters has established a monitoring team in conjunction with other security agencies that will oversee the process in FCT and all the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. Similarly, operations centers has been established in FCT and 36 states of the Federation to serve as quick response centers for all distress calls in the event of any breach of peace during the general elections. I want to use this opportunity to re-echo the warning of the CDS to undesirable elements that the Armed Forces of Nigeria and other security agencies are ready and will subvert any threat to peace and tranquility. Strong force will be applied to those that want to cause breach of public peace during the general elections. The Armed Forces of Nigeria has adequately sensitized its personnel on their expected roles throughout the period of the elections. I heartily welcome you to this briefing and wish us successful deliberations. At this point, may I invite the Police Public Relations Officer to brief you on the conduct and the preparedness of the Nigerian police towards the general election starting on Saturday. Thereafter,
I, at this point, most respectfully request the Chief Superintendent of Police, Olumuyiwa Adetobi, 4th of
the rain. Good day to you all. My name is Olumuyiwa Adetobi. I am the first Populations Officer of the Police Force. Let me start by commending the effort of the Defense Headquarters for putting this joint press briefing together and work towards having a good transitional progresses in Nigerian democracy. Like we have said from the Police Headquarters when I made a release yesterday on our readiness for the 2023 general elections, particularly the Presidential and National Assembly elections that will come up on 25th of February 2023. It's going to be very assertive to let Nigerians know that starting from 12:01 a.m. to 6 p.m. of Saturday 25th February 2023, there will not be any movement, vehicular movement, or the so-called Okada movement, or tricycle movement, or boats on the waterways. Restriction order is very, very key at this point in time for us to have a well-organized security arrangement for the success of the electoral process. Exceptions to this restriction will include accredited members of the press. You agree with me, with this season journalism we practice in Nigeria, almost everybody is a journalist, but you can't just tell me everybody will go out there to monitor this election. You can monitor election anywhere to write a report. But for those that will be allowed to move from one point to another are those that are accredited by INEC. I don't accredit any journalist. We security agencies don't accredit any journalist to move. So the INEC has done that, and they are giving them tax. Don't move out without the tax, so that you don't be embarrassed. And again, those on other essential services, the firefighters, ambulances responding to medical emergencies, and some other people that we know they are on essential services that you know, particularly those who provide services for the telecoms. They have come around, and these ones have been given a waiver so that they can move around to make sure our system still works while the elections last. Let me quickly say again that we want to inform Nigerians that the ban on unauthorized use of vehicles, sirens, revolving lights, uncovered number plates, unregistered vehicles, tinted glasses is still in force. While the election is on, officers and men have been deployed to carry out election duty. We still take note of this and arrest any violator of this order. The ban is still in force. We don't expect any individual or group of persons to be driving with unregistered vehicle or blaring siren while the election is on. We need to be orderly. Then I want to say, again here without missing words, that our officers are made, particularly those that are detailed to VIPs or politicians as escorts or aides, are not allowed to move with any one of them during the election. Apart from our governors that can go out with their ADC, and we don't expect them to go out with large number of security operatives, because that day we are all equal before the law. But we still know that they are governors and they can only go out with their ADC or their own. But any other person who is not a governor, who does not enjoy any constitutional immunity, but has privileges of having security operatives as his aides or escorts, will not be allowed to go out to any polling unit with his security operatives. And I think this message has been discussed at the various meetings at distance of the CDS on many occasions, so that all security agencies will be on the same page. Those who attach operatives to VIPs should take note of this, and that's why we had a meeting with heads of operations of all agencies who are always saddled with responsibility of attaching or deploying men to VIPs to take note of this. I'm sure many agencies have sent signals out to their men outside to take note of this. And I want to say again that, like the words of the CDS, that we are ready to protect democracy. We are ready to give good security to our electoral process so that we can have free, fair, credible, and even acceptable general elections in 2023. We believe in the philosophy of Mr. President, who has said it on several occasions, that he wants free, fair, and credible election. Despite the fact he belongs to a political party, but he wants to give every Nigerian the right, the liberty to do whatever he wants to do. We want to assure electorates, particularly active electorates, those are the ones that are more than 18 and they have their PVCs, to go out and exercise their franchise. But inactive electorates, those are more than 18 but don't have PVCs, to please stay at home. We don't want them outside. They are the ones that always cause problems. So we want them to stay glued to their television stations and radio stations to monitor elections. They don't have any business outside. For those who want to move from one point to another, particularly voters, we have been having complaints of relocation of polling units or reorganization of polling units and the likes. If you know your distance will be long enough to use any vehicle, you are advised to move close to your polling units on Friday before the restriction time, because you might not have that free access to drive covering large or a long distance in any way. Men have been deployed to mandate to enforce restriction order, and you are going to meet them at intervals. So in your own interest, you are advised to move close to your polling unit. Those that want to trek, make sure your polling unit is a trekkable distance, or else you will be stopped and they'll be asking you questions. You are going to go, they will give you access, but the men on the field will continue to ask you questions, and you must be ready to answer these questions. And we want to say again that in certain areas where we have recorded pockets of incidences, we assure you that we are on top of this situation. We want to urge Nigerians to be on the same page with us. Go out there and exercise your franchise. For those who want to foment trouble, if you want it hot, we give you hot. If you want it average, we give you average. If you want it mild or simple, we give you the way you want. Every situation requires an approach, depending on the perception and the magnitude of that situation, we give it to you. For those who believe they have monopoly of violence, let me say this. That man who pulls the trigger to declare a war might not live to see the end of that particular war. That war you have declared might consume you. And if you want to be a king to rule a community, don't kill your kinsmen. Don't kill your subjects, so that you can have good and robust community to serve you as a king. I want to commend the efforts of the Chief of Defense Staff, Major General Lucky Irabor, who has been on top of strategizing all security agencies in Nigeria. It is very, very commendable, because I give it to him. He's everywhere to make sure we work together as a family, to work together as a system to protect Nigeria. And of course, to my Oga, the Director of Defense Information, on whose stands this briefing has been called, I want to give it to you. I appreciate you. And for all of us in the spokesmen of other security agencies, we assure you that we're going to continue to contact and to work with you at all times. Gentlemen of the press, we urge you to please be objective in whatever you want to report. Don't report and create fears in the mind of Nigerians. Don't paint Nigeria as an unsafe community, unsafe nation. Nigeria is very, very peaceful. For those who are projecting us in a bad light to the international community, it is time to stop that. Let us have objective reportage of incidences accordingly. And if you are in doubt, please contact us. We are ready at all times to clarify issues. If you call, you miss your call, drop messages, and you know how to get across the road. This is not the first time you are relating with us. We don't want to be saying or reading, be calling him. He's not picking, he's not accessible, he's not available. No, you know how to get us if you really want to get across to us. Please, we appeal to you. Tell others who are not here. You use as a point of contact to tell them to please be on the same page with us. You are a stakeholder in this business of making sure we have a secure democracy in Nigeria. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.